So you want to get into dental school, and I'm here to help you. All right, let's get started. My name is Danielle Bellamy. I'm an incoming D1 at UNC Adams School of Dentistry, and I'm here to answer all things lifestyle, dentistry, and being a girl. Let's get started. I made a list. It's 5 things you must do if you want to get into dental school. Well, I'm gonna run through them fairly fast because I don't want my first video to be super long. You get bored and you don't come back. I want you to come back because we're in this together. Number 1, you have to complete the prerequisites, obviously, but you have to make sure that you complete the prerequisites for your specific school. Not all schools require the same thing. All schools are definitely going to require Bio 1 and 2, Gen Chem 1 and 2, Orgo 1 and 2, Biochem, Physics 1, and your English requirements. Make sure that you plan out your undergraduate schedule so that you know you will finish those prerequisites for your specific school in time. The reason why I say that is because one school I applied to only required those things that I listed. The other school I applied to required Physics 2 and an anatomy and physiology course, both with lab. Essential. It is a necessity. It is a requirement that you go onto the website. Even if you don't know all the schools you're going to apply to, as you add onto your list, just go ahead and just look at the prerequisites. That's number 1, because if you do not have those prerequisites, you cannot get in. You cannot get in. They will not take you. Okay, get those prereqs done. Please write it all out if you have to. Make a chart. Number 2, if you want to get into dental school, you have to shadow. If you're into the pre-dental world a lot, you already know all these things, okay? I'm just here to either reiterate it to you or inform those who are just now joining the pre-dental world. At least 3 general dentists and at least 2 specialties. You definitely want to shadow different general dentists. You don't want to just stick with one general dentist for like years. You're not getting a good idea of how different offices work. You have to see how different offices operate. I learned so much when I switched different general dentists. I know for sure that I did orthodontics and oral surgery. If you want to do more specialties, you definitely can. No one's holding you back. At least 3 to 4 to 5 generals and at least 2 to 3 specialties. You want at least 100 shadowing hours. I know a lot of people that keep up with their shadowing hours, you know, they get like 500, 600 because they're like born into it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I had any more than 100. Number 3, if you want to get into dental school, you have to volunteer. Now, I'm not saying go to God's pantry every week. That you can do that. That'll definitely help, because it shows that, you know, you're committed to your community, but they want to show you having a more specific impact, a more intense impact on either a select group or a select person. For example, my volunteering consisted of tutoring, and I've been volunteering with this organization. I worked with kids. I did that for about 2-3 years. So fine, and you don't have to work with kids. If you don't like kids, that's fine. You can volunteer in like a nursing home. If you don't like old people, that's fine. You can tutor college students. I did that as well. I tutored college students. You can find a way to make your volunteering experience personable to you and enjoyable for you. It does not have to be something you hate. I loved mine. All of these things I'm just gonna list, and if you want me to get more into them, I can. As far as like shadowing and everything, there are so many things you can come up with when it comes to shadowing or volunteering. Doesn't have to be what someone else has done. Don't try to compete with other people. Please don't try to compete with other people. It will break down your confidence. Don't do it. I never did it. Don't do it. Number 4, if you want to get into dental school, take the DAT. That's an obvious. You have to take the standardized test. Average is an 18. If you want to be a little more on the competitive side, you're going to want to get above a 20. Or above a 21, above a 22, something like that. Obviously, highest is a 30. Shoot for a 30 if that's who you are. Do your thing. But you can definitely get into a few schools with an 18 or a 17. There are people getting with 17. 16, you might want to take it again. And then number 5, if you want to get into dental school, this is the more sentimental one. You must have a passion for it. If you have not yet found that passion, or you feel like it might be dying off, you think you have a passion but you don't know how to quite convey it, All of those are because you have not yet found what is drawing you into dentistry. I know a lot of people that go into dentistry go into it because they're born into it, and they end up not having the drive and the passion, the fire for it. You don't have to just focus on the dentistry that everyone is putting in your face. There are so many other worlds within dentistry, public health research, mission trips, go around the world. Like, there's travel dentistry. There are so many things that could draw you into dentistry. Look more into how dentistry is affecting, you know, the community, and not just how it's affected your family or the families that came to your family's dental office. What I did was I figured out what I'm passionate about, which is advocating for people or teaching people who can't teach themselves. I took that and I figured out how dentistry could help me do that. You have to figure out what your drive is, and then every single thing that you do as it pertains to dentistry, you have to make sure that that adds to your case, it adds to your explanation, because the one thing schools are looking for is someone with passion. Obviously they're gonna want someone who's smart and someone that can handle the course load, and more than all, they're gonna want a dentist who can connect with their patients, a dentist who's gonna fight for their patients, a dentist who just dedicate themselves to their patients. Numbers and high grades isn't gonna prove that. Your passion is, okay? If you want me to get more into it, I can. I feel like this video is already about to get long. I hope you come back so we can continue to dive more into this, and y'all can go through dental school with me and all these other things. Bye.